What's up, guys? How are you doing? I hope you're good. My name is Jesse, and I come from Uganda, and I'm a geospatial analyst. So, together with Brenda, we've come up with a nice tutorial to show you how you can actually create animated COVID-19 maps from QGIS. So, today I'm going to take you through this tutorial and show you how you can achieve this, so that you can come out with the same maps like these ones, and then actually you can even produce better maps than what we've produced. Let us dive into the tutorial. The first thing that you have to do is to open up QuantumGIS. So specifically I'm having the version is 3. What? Let me go here. So my version is 3.4. No, actually it is 3.1.6. Yeah, so I'd recommend you, if you want to try out this tutorial, to use this version, or to make sure that you download a version that has the toolset for animating maps. But I would advise you to just download this version and then use this one. Or if what you have can be able to do animated maps, then you don't have to worry about that. Just use what you have. Yeah. So after that, of course, I go here to project. Then I go to here, save as, and then I'll save my project to my, okay, let me save it here, tutorial, let me call it animating. Yeah, so after that I can set up my project coordinate system from here, apply, and then okay. So after that, what I'm going to do is that I'll come here to plugins, manage and install plugins. Yeah, then make sure you have an internet connection. Yeah, so after turning on my internet connection here, yeah, and then after, of course, this plugin window will be opened. Then I'll come here and I search COVID-19. So when I search COVID, actually you see this COVID-19 tracker. So this is a plugin that tracks data from the spread of COVID-19 and plots it in the desktop for statistical purposes. Yeah, install this plugin. So I've already installed this plugin. Yeah, but make sure you install this plugin. So I'll close this. So after this step, this is the plugin here. It's here. So just click on it. Just do a simple click on it. It's just here. So when you open it, you can actually view data about the cases and then the deaths. So you just have to press whatever you want. So today we are going to deal with cases. So I'll press this, cases, yes, and then I'll give it some time. So you should make sure you have a working internet connection. Yeah. So are you seeing this last update? So this is the date when the last update was made, the update about the COVID data. Yeah. So today is 17th. That means it was made yesterday. Yeah, the last update, and then I can click exit. Yeah, so as you see, of course, this is a world background map, and then this is these are points actually representing countries, but actually each point has a number of attributes. So let me just go here and then open the attribute table. So when I open this attribute table, you can see that there are a number of features. So we have the province, we have a country, we have the latitude, and then the longitude. So remember, they have just chosen a representative, a point for each country. And then, as you see, each column has data about the cumulative cases on a daily scale. So this was 22nd January 2020. So it's 23rd January 2020. Remember, it's for each country, and then until 16th October, and then 2021. Yeah. So after that, what I want you to do is you click here, and then you say export, save feature as, and then of course select CSV, Where is CSV, moment this, and then look for where you are going to save it. So I'm going to save it here. I'll save it as what? Here in resources, and I'll save it as what? COVID-19. Just a simple CSV. Yeah, and then I don't want to bring it to map, and then I click OK. Yeah, once that is done, I can actually dive out of QGIS, and then I open this Excel sheet from Microsoft Excel. Yeah. After opening this file from Microsoft Excel, the first thing that you should always do is to understand your data. So just look through this data and make sure you understand every little bit about this data. So as you can see, these are daily records of COVID-19 for each country. Yeah, and then this is the country. So what I can do is that I can delete this column since I don't need it. Then I delete, and then I save. Yes. After that, I click Control All, and then I select all, and then I go here to Data, and then after there, I'll go to this. You see this? From Table. Then I click there. Yeah, of course, depending on the speed of your computer, you give it some time to load, and then it will prompt me to create a table, and then I click OK. So once it opens, actually you can see your data here. This is the country, the latitude, the longitude, and then the daily the daily cases. But I want to transform this data such that I can have my records formatted in the most appropriate way. So what I'm going to do is that I'll click Control All, and then after that I will untick this, and then I'll untick this. You press Shift and then untick this. You see that? So after there, I'll go here to transform. You see transform here, and then I'll go to unpivot unpivot columns, and then I'll click here. Once I click here, yeah, so as you see, I've been able to unpivot my data. I have a country, the latitude, the longitude, and then I have the attribute is the date, and then the cumulative number of the COVID-19 cases. As you see, you can scroll and then unscroll and then unscroll. So after that, what I have to do is that I'll come here to File, and then let me come actually to Home, and then I click Close and Load. So I click this, close and and load. Yeah. So after clicking Close and Load, what you can see here is that my Excel data has been actually transformed into another way, So from there, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to rename these columns. So this is country, and then this is latitude, this is longitude. So for this, I'll call it date. Let me just call it date. So for this, I think I can call it cumulative cases. You can call it whatever you do, you want. Me, I'll use cumulative cases, something like that. And then actually, I'm going to save it as a new file. So I'll save it as, I'm going to save it to resources, and then I'll save it as COVID-19 edits. Okay. Yeah, I can save it like that, and then I click Save. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'll come here and I will delete this I will delete this. Yeah, I'll delete this sheet, and then I remain with only this one. Then I click Save, and then I click Finish. So I can close this, and then I click Don't Save. So after that step, I can jump into my QGIS, and then I can remove these actually. So remove layer, and then remove what? Remove layer. Where is the remove? Yes, and then I remove what? The layer. Then what I'm going to do is that I'll go to layer, add the limited text layer, and then I'll browse to the directory where I have saved my what? My data, this COVID-19 edits, and then I'm going to import it as a what? A CSV that does not have what? Coordinates. Actually, I'm going to import it as a CSV but without coordinate what? Value. So I'll select no geometry. Then I click add. And I click close. Yeah, I have imported it in this way because I still want to do some editing and formatting before I can import it as a what? As actually a GeoCSV. Yeah, so what I do is that I'll click here and then open attribute table. Yeah, of course this is a very big data set actually. Yeah, so as you can see, remember we have records for each country from January 2020 to 16th October 2021. So each data is in its what? It's in its own what? Column. So the first step that I want us to do is that I would want us to extract out the month, the day, and actually the what? The year from this column into different columns. Of course, to do that is not a simple task, but I'm going to show you how you can do that. And actually, I have simplified it. I have shared the simple text file with you here. Just check the description. You see these commands? Yeah, it contains all the commands that we are going to use today to do the data editing and what? And cleaning, you know? So, the first thing that I would want us to do is that I would want us to extract the month into a different what? A different column. So you come here to field calculator, and then I call this the month. Of course, the month, I'll first call it a what? A string. Then I'll come here, and then I'll say function to extract the month. Of course, I'll copy this function from here, and then I'll paste it here. So what does that mean? This means a substring is a substring function. Remember, this date is a string. A string is a text. So I'm going to extract out values starting from the 0 position up to the second what? The second position, you know? So I'll put them in a new column called what? Month. Then I'll click OK. Once I click OK, as you see here, let me show you. See here, this is my attribute table. So I have the month. So, but however, as you see, this data is not clean. I have 1, and then I have a slash, then I have a slash, I have 0, 2. So if I am to continue down here, you see this 2 and then the backslash, it's not yet clean. So I would need to clean it what? Further. So to clean it further, I would want to delete this slash, and actually this what? This slash here. I hope that is fine. So to do that, I'll still open the field calculator, and then the output field name this time I want month 1. Of course, I can still call it a string. Yeah, of course, I have simplified things for you. So you come here, and then you copy this function, this reg replace, and then paste it. So what does that mean? This function will look for this column called month, and then it will look for this digit or this string, and then immediately it meets this slash, it will delete it, you know. Let me just run it for you and then you see. So to run that, I'll click OK, and then I run it, you know. Yeah, you give it some time. Of course, this is a very big data set, you know. Yeah, so okay, a moment. Okay, it's still calculating. Just give it a little bit of time. And then, yeah, so it has finished. So as you see here, this slash has been what? Deleted from here. Even here, and actually, now my month is what? Is clean. So the next task that I want to do is to extract out the what? This date. The day actually. So I'll still open my field calculator, and then I'll come here, and then I'll call it. You see, I've simplified things for you. Function to extract the day. So you come here to substring, and then the date. So this means that we are going to come to this substring of the date, and then we shall count the third what? The third what? Element. So I'll count 1, 2, and then 3. So, and then from there we shall count 3 numbers. So, are you seeing this preview? Yeah, let me just run it for you. So I've said we start extracting from the third element, and then we extract the next what? 3 numbers, or the next 3 elements. So from here, 1, 2, 3, and then extract the next 3. So it will be 1, 2, and then 3. Of course, I'll give it date. Oh, I already have date. I'll give it day. And then I'll click OK. When I click OK, of course, it will compute and then it will run. And of course, it will also take some time to what? To process. Yeah. I hope you are now getting the bigger picture of what? Of this problem. We want to extract out these values, or the date, the month, in 2 individual what? Columns, such that we can proceed with our what? With our modeling. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You see this? It is null. Do you know why? The data type I have specified. So let me rerun it. Then I'll come here to open field calculator. I'll call it date. Of course, this will be day 1 because I already have this day column. And then let me call it a text. Yeah. So when I call it a text, when I run it, it will work out this time around. Yeah. So it has worked out. But then I don't want this what? These slashes. So to remove them, still I'll open this field calculator. Then I have simplified things for you. So I'll copy this function. Oh, a moment. This reg replace function. Of course, when I put it here, instead of day, remember this time we are working with day 1. So I'll call it day 1. But for you, if you have managed to managed to extract the values into the day column, here you should use the day column, you know. But if you've extracted values in the day 1 column, of course you should use what? The day 1 column. And then you see this preview. Yeah, then I click. Okay, I'll give it a name. I'll call it day 2. Day 2. Yeah. Then I can run, you know. Of course, let me hope I'm not too fast. I'll try to slow down a little bit. Yeah. So as it runs, the next step we are going to do is that we are going to extract our what? Our year. You know? And then after extracting our year, we shall be able to model and actually to do a time series analysis of what? Of the COVID-19 cases at the country level. Yeah. So, why is it taking some time? Of course, it's computing. Yeah. So as you see, my day has actually been what? Been formatted very well. So I have a clean month, a clean day. So what I am left with is to compute the year. Of course, I'll open field calculator. Then I'll come here to year. To compute the year, I'll still come here. And then I've simplified things for you. So you see this function to extract the year. So I'm going to substring this time round. I'll substring the day. You see this date? I'll substring from the 6th element. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then I will do what? Of course, I took 5 characters, but if I have 2, it will take 1, 2, and then the others are what? Null. So since here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, I'll take, if I take 5, it doesn't matter. I can actually still take what? 4. But however, remember that some, let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see this? So if the 6th is here, and then I need to take 5, I need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let me just leave this 5 here. Because if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will start extracting from this what? From this backslash. And then it will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope that is fine. And then I'll click OK. Yeah. So after that, of course, some elements are going to have that backslash, and then some others are going to be what? Clean, you know? Yeah. And then there is a way we are going to actually edit that here column to make it also what? Cleaner. Yeah. So it is loading. You give it some time, you know. This is a very big data set of what? Of records. Yeah. So after some time, as you can see, oh, sorry, I forgot one thing actually. Are you seeing this null? This data type was supposed to be a text. So I will go back to this open field calculator, and then of course this same thing, I'll call it year 1, and then it was supposed to be a string. I'm very sorry. And then I will run it once more. Yeah. So once I run it, of course it will take some time. So after some time, you see these slashes I've been telling you about. So we need to delete what? To delete them. So I'll open up my field calculator. Of course, I will just come here, and then I copy this. Yeah. Then when I copy this, I'll paste it here. But this time I will use year 1. Oh, why is this expression invalid? A moment. What is this? This is, I'm going to do it on year 1. Let me first see this. It is year 1. So open attribute table, field calculator, and then you come here to, I'll call it year 2. Yes, call it actually year 22. Still I want it to be a string. Then I'll paste that. But then I want this to be year 1. Yeah. So after running, you can see that I've been able to extract the year into a different column. But the challenge is that this one is just 20, and then this one is just 2020. You see? This one is 2020, and then this one is 20. So still this data is not that clean. So to make it consistent, I am going to extract out the last part of it. So if I extract out the last 2 digits, it will be 20. Even this one, it will be 20. For 2021, it will be what? 21. I hope that is fine. So I'll open my field calculator, And then of course, okay, let me just type it from here. Let me just not copy it. So I'll click write. Write is a function that extracts values from the right side. So I come to fields and values, then I'll click here to comma. So I'll extract from 0, then I'll extract two values. Let me see. Actually, for right, I'll extract from the right, the syntax is right, comma, and then extract the last two values and then shift, just like that. Of course, it has extracted the what? The last two values. But then, since I don't have a lot of time, or I would like to save time. So what I'm going to do is that to make a full year, I'm going to append a number, the 20, on each value I'm doing. So to do that, I'll use these upper quotes, and then I put 20. Then after, I'll use this plus sign. So are you seeing here the 2020? That means I've been able to edit my what? My year. Actually, I can call it final year. Final year. Still, I can call it a text, and then I can click OK. Of course, you give it some time still to run. Yeah. And then it shall do what? It will run. So after some time, as you see, I've been able to create a column for what? For my final year, you see? Yeah. So at this step, what you have to do is you close, click this file, right click it, and then export, save as, of course still a CSV, and then save it. I'm going to call it QGIS edit. Now let me just call it COVID-19. And I call it QGIS. Of course, you can give it any name you want. I don't want it to be added on the map, and then I click OK. But remember, this file is a very big one, you know. Are you seeing the progress? So you just have to be patient, and then you give it some time to load. So after exporting that CSV file, you should open it within an Excel sheet, and actually delete the unwanted columns. So I will delete this. I'll delete this month. This month one, I need it. This day I don't need it. This one I don't need it. I need that. This one I don't need it. This one I don't need it. Even this one I don't need it. So these ones I'll just rename it to month. This one I'll just name it to day. This one I'll just name it to what? To year. So and then I'll save it as a new CSV, which I'll call final Final CSV. Yeah. And actually after this step, we are done with data editing and cleaning. I hope that is fine. So after editing and cleaning your data, open up your Quantum GIS, and then of course the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'll go to layer, add vector layer, then I'll browse to my location here, and then I'll click a shapefile, these African boundaries, and then I will add it. You see it, it's here. And then after that, I'll go to layer, add layer, then delimited text layer. Then I will add this final CSV, at this time with point coordinates. Remember, the latitude is the what? The Y, and the longitude is the what? The X. The coordinate system is WGS84. Yeah. So remember, the longitude is the x and the latitude is the y. So then the geometry is WGS84, and then click add. So once you click add, here is your what? Is your data. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I will open this. Actually, before I do that, you just come here to toolbars, you click processing toolbox, and then you click join. So what do you want to do? I want to join the attributes of this point to each individual country in a time series what manner. So what I'm going to do is that I'll search here join, and then join attributes by what? By location. So the base layer is the African countries. The join layer is the CSV. Of course, I'll use intersects. Then I click discard records which could not be joined. And then I click take attributes of, actually, I'll use one to many. Create a separate feature for each mapping what? Feature. Then after, I will come here, you see these advanced options, then I say ignore features with invalid geometries. Even here, I'll select ignore features with invalid what? Geometries. Why do I do that? Is that I don't want my process to be cancelled by invalid what? Geometries. So the join prefix, I may do it. Then the joined layer, create a temporary layer. You can create a temporary one, or you can save it to what? To file, depending on what you want. Then you run. Yeah, but make sure you save it to file. Me, I'm just going to run it. Yeah, because I'm just doing a tutorial. Yeah, so I'll run it. So after that algorithm has finished executing, you can remove this, and then remain with the what? The joined layer. So the first thing that you have to do is that you open the attribute table, and then make sure that your attributes have been what? Have been joined. And you see I have the latitude, the longitude, the cases, the month, the date, the year. So the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a date field, this GIS understands dates. So I come here, open field calculator, and then I'll call it a date. Okay. We have a date field here? No. I'll call it a date. And then after calling it my date, I will come here, and then there's a function that is called make what? Make date. So I'm going to make a date, but you don't have to worry. I have already simplified things for you here. So you see this function to make date, just copy it here, and then you do what? You paste it here. Make a date. So when you make a date, this date is supposed to be a date and time. A moment. Make a date. The first one will be year. Yes. After year, I'll have month. Then after month, I'll have the day. So you just have to be keen on what you have used on here. So I have the year. This is the year. This is the month. And this is the day. So let me just rename this to day. Today. Then I'll say that. You see this date? So that is the preview. So I'll call that a date. Now click. Okay. Of course, this is a very big data set. Then you just have to give it some time to process the what? The date. Let me repeat it once more. Anyway, let me just create a new field which is date 1. Then of course it's a date. Then of course, simple as that. Yeah, and I run it. Yeah, so I'm going to use this field. Of course, remember to save. Then I'll save. After that step, I'll click here. Then I'll go to properties. Then I'll go to symbology. Then I'll click here, the simple fill, and then the fill color. Actually, let me just, the stroke color, I'll use white. Where is white? This is white. Yes. Then I'll go back to the fill. Then before I go to the simple fill, I want to make this width to be something like 0.06. Then I apply. When I apply, are you seeing the difference between the two? Let me first leave it at the default. It was black, and it was, I think, something like 0.5. Then I apply. So that is how it looks. Are you seeing how thick it is? It is not actually neat. It's not neat at all. So what I want to do is that I'll come here, I change the outline to something small, 0.06, and then the stroke color, I'll make it white. Where is white? This white. Then I click apply. Are you seeing the difference? It's now a little bit better. So to make it better, I'll come to symbology and then I'll use graduated. So when I use graduated, I will click here and then I'll come to cumulative cases. So you come to fields and values, and then you look for, remember these cumulative cases, then you divide it by, there is a population field here. Yeah, there's a population here, this population estimate. Yeah, let me see. Is it giving me an invalid expression? Let me delete this. Yes, so these cumulative cases over the population estimate, but then I want to normalize it. Then I will multiply it by 1,000,000. So you click times million is 6 zeros. Yeah, and you click OK. Of course, I'll use equal. No, let me use natural breaks. And then I want to have 5 classes. You can have a number of classes, whatever you want. But then the color ramp, I'll use this spectral one. But then I'll click here and then I invert the what? The color ramp. So I click apply. You see that? And then sometimes someone can use quantile depending on what you want. So I can add another class for the 0. You see this 0? I want it to have its own what? Class. And then I'll click the symbology here. Then I'll make it hollow. I click apply and then I click OK. Then apply. So it's a hollow one. As you see, yeah, it's a hollow one, but I guess it has an outline of 0.06. Then I click apply and then I click OK. So at this stage, I think we have done most of the things. So don't forget to save. So the next thing that you are supposed to do is that you come here to the properties of this joint layer, and then you go to temporal, and then tick this, and then come here, and then you choose a field with date and time, and then when you come here, you choose this date field, and then click apply, and then click OK. So after doing that, what you can do is that you come here to, you see this clock, you click it, and then it will, this temporal what navigation. So after that, you click this play. When you click this play, I want you to come and click this refresh. You see this refresh? But before you put the step to days, and then you refresh. Something like this. You can use this to see how the data was spreading over time. No? Yeah. Of course, we are not yet done. A few more things that we have to put in place. So you come here to view, you come here to decorations, then you come here to title, then you enable title. Of course, title, you can put any title you want. I'll put cumulative COVID-19 cases. Font, I'll use Cambria. I'll make it bold, and then let me make it something like 20, and then we see, then I apply. Of course, there is this background color. If you want, you may leave it. If you don't, you can remove it. Yeah, of course, yeah, something like that. And then what you can do is you can add another feature. You come to view, then decorations, then you can add a north arrow, enable north arrow, and then this one is down here. So to move it, I can press horizontal placement, top right, top left, and I apply. And then top left, the horizontal, let it be 10. It should be 10. Then the vertical, can put it at 30. Okay, 30 is a lot. Let me put it at 20. Let me put it at 15. And then the horizontal, let me also put it at, okay, let me put 20 for the horizontal. Then I apply, and then I say okay. So after that, I can click here, layer, still view, not layer, view, then decorations, then I can put a copyright. So a copyright, I'll put copyright. You can put any, you can put Jesse Guy. Okay, let me just put Jesse Guy, Jesse Guy 2021. Font, you can use any font you want. I'll use Cambria. Yes. Then I click apply. I can't see it. Why? Placement, bottom left, bottom left, bottom left, bottom right. Let me put it bottom right. Then I apply, and then I click OK. Yeah. So after that, you see this is a copyright. What I want to do again is that I would want to put a dynamic date. So to do that, you come to layer, create layer, new geopackage layer. So you come here to your resources, I'll call it date, and then the geometry type is a point, and then after that the name, of course I don't need any name. Then I click OK. So when I click this date, and then I to go editing, I'll put a point where I want my date to be, and then I will click what? Okay. Are you seeing here? This is where I want my date to be. So I'll click properties and then symbology. I'll put no symbol. Then I apply. Then I come to labels here. So for the labels, I'll put a single label. And then there is a function I put here to show the date. So you just copy it. And then something like this. And then when you copy it, you come here. And then you paste it. So are you seeing this date? Of course, this is a format date function at map start time, date, month, and then the year. And then add something like what? Like date. Yeah. Then you can press OK. Of course, the font style I want Cambria. And then it is a bold one. Let me make it, okay, let me leave it at 10. Then, are you seeing the date? Yeah. What else I have not added is the legend. So to add the legend, you come here to project, layouts. Actually, I create a new print layout. Then after creating a new print layout, you click this and then add the what? A legend. Make sure you edit this legend and then save it as a what? As an image. Then you come to decorations, then you have image. Then you enable image. Make sure you browse to where you saved your what? Your legend. So me, I saved it here already. I have it here and then I will apply. Of course, you can place it anywhere. You see here, I've placed it here. Want it to be like, to have a size of 30. Let me give it a size of 50. 50. That's enough. Then bottom left, yes, horizontal 10. Let me see. Vertical 10. Vertical, let me give it 20. Yeah, I think that is fine. Yeah. But again, what I can do is, you can always shift this to whatever size you want. So you can always move this to whatever size you want it. So what is left is that I can add a what? A background. Come to web, map library, then here I will add an OSM background. So when I come here, OpenStreetMap, then I will add it and then I click close. So that is my map. Actually, you first save this project. Then after saving this project, you come here to the temporal controller and then you see this export animation. Make sure you browse somewhere and select a folder, and then you can actually make a new folder. So for my folder, I call it export. Then click select folder. So of course they can tell you export map canvas extent, drawn canvas. You can draw on canvas that you only want to export this, or you want, whatever you want, the output width, the what, draw active comp, and then this the frame, what you want, are they days, are they what, depending on what your settings, and then you do what, you save. Of course you have to give it some time because this is a very big project. So after some time, when you open that folder that you have exported your images, you will see a number of frames that have been exported. So as you see, there are quite a number of them here, there are quite a number of them, so what you have to do is that you may choose any animating software of your choice. Yeah, I've shared with you Gifted Motion, so let me show you how you can do it. You can animate. So you see here I have Gifted Motion, so you just have to run it. And when you run Gifted Motion, you click here, you see this, load files, and then of course browse to the directory where you have your frames, and then select them. Make sure you select all of them. So to select multiple ones, you use Shift and then you click, or you use Control All. So let me see how I can do this. Shift, then this, Shift, this, Shift, this. For today, for demonstration, I'm only going to stop here. But you have to select all the all the frames, then click Open. So you can navigate through and then see how it's going to look like, and then of course there are a number of parameters that you can change: the time, the what, and then after that, you see this. If you finished customizing it to what you want, you see this, you record the animation. Of course, when you record it, it will prompt you to save the GIF. Of course, you can save it as GIF.gif, or you can give it any name, COVID.gif, and then click save. Yeah, then give it some time to run. So after running, that's how you can actually do have a complete animated map. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I know it has been a long one, but thank you for watching it. Yeah, so just in case you cannot use Gifted Motion, feel free to use any animating software of your choice. See you in the next tutorial.